Hi, I'm Uncle Ricky. You ever think about America like one big train wreck? Well, join me at Uncle Ricky's house while we talk about the great American train wreck. Are you confused? Are you upset with the red, white, and blue? Are you blue because your country is not true to you? It only seeks to screw you, us, those, them. Why the hell, in over 200 years of being the red, white, and blue, why is America in the year 2022 such a fucking train wreck?
I guess it's time for us to be our bored by Uncle Ricky once again. Let's see what this worthless motherfucker got to say.
Whatever it is, it ain't about you, you trifling hoe. Whoa. The United States Constitution, the law of the land, the document that has been the bedrock foundation of America, is now being assaulted by people that want to lead America. Could this be because the Constitution is based on a lie or a bunch of lies? Or could it be that the forefathers, no matter how wise they were, couldn't have predicted how America would develop? And it's time for us to amend, change our Constitution to represent what America really is today, and perhaps give it a chance to be America sometime in the future.
Hey, look, before we go any further, let me say this. I love my country. I do. And occasionally it likes me back. Occasionally. But I'm not one of these people that because I love my country, I'm going to let my country get away and treat me and my people, people in the middle, any kind of way. We made this country. We made this country. We built the homes, built the schools, built the hospitals, bought the cars. Whatever this country is, it wouldn't have been shit without the people. And I'm not talking about, the rich people were important. Politicians are important. But all they do is come up with money and ideas. The people that make the ideas go are the people in the middle. Do the most, are the most, get screwed the most. That's why there's so many of us that in 2022 we are looking at America as a fucking train wreck. Why? That's always the question at Uncle Ricky's house. Why? Why, Uncle Ricky? Why is this? Well, the biggest reason that America is a train wreck right now is that it was built on a group of lies. And like in The Perfect Storm, in the movie The Perfect Storm, the conditions are where all those lies have come together and have either collapsed or are collapsing in conjunction with the other major lies. And the country is discovering that it was built on fucking quicksand. Hang with me for a few minutes and I'll explain.
The first lie is that Columbus discovered America. Syphilis-packed Chris discovered the island of Hispaniola inhabited by the Chicano natives.
Perhaps young Chris, in his arrogance, thought that by not considering the Taino people as human beings, because they weren't white, they weren't Caucasian like the people of Europe, that it didn't matter whether they were there first.
The myth that America is the land of religious freedom is a conditional truism if you are white and Protestant. Fethin, we have a problem free to praise God every day all day, but if you don't bow to Jesus, especially if you not white and English is your second language, then we have a problem.
They say actions speak louder than words. The eradication of the Native American, the enslavement of black Africans, the treatment of Asians when they came to work on the railroads, the internment of Japanese Americans during World War II, the civil rights struggle, the rise of white supremacy. Not the rise, the continuation of white supremacy. Ku Klux Klan after the Civil War, all the way up through the 60s. Now we have the Proud Boys and the Oath Keepers and this militia and that militia. Every motherfucking redneck got a goddamn militia. America is full of fucking militias. But there's no way that any of this can support that the premise that all men are created equal. There's a commonality that creates that equality. It's damn sure not just being born in the United States. America, the United States, it was never the land of the free. The Europeans that came here, no matter what part of Europe they came from, the first thing they tried to do was to enslave the Indians. And when they couldn't enslave the Indians, they decided to just kill them, massacre them, genocide, move them out the way, take everything they had, and some wanted to return to Europe and spend their wealth there. Some wanted to stay and make new wealth in the land that they had stolen. But the Indians didn't count for nothing. When the Europeans found that the amount of labor that it would take to tame the New World, especially in the southern portions of what is now the United States, they decided that they couldn't do it by themselves, or they didn't want to do it because it was back-breaking, animalistic type shit. They didn't want to do it. So slavery. The Spanish bought slaves, the French bought slaves, the English bought slaves, the Dutch bought slaves, the Dutch built ships, the English built ships, people got rich. Black people came to America. Americans got rich on the back of black slaves. There's no doubt about it. I mean, it happened. That's the way it happened, and it's part of our history. Why are we ashamed of it? That's how we got here. It's not the first time it happened in the world. A lot of people got to where they are because they first came under oppressive conditions. Has nothing to do with where and how they end up. It's what happens in between. But moving right along. When the United States became the United States and started to make its judicial, its legal system, it became obvious right from the beginning that the system, even though it was designed under the falsehood that all men are created equal and that no man is above the law, it was obvious in the early stages that it was a two-tiered justice system. First of all, some people weren't even covered by it. They had to make special exemptions for human beings in the United States to be covered under the judicial code of the United States. People claim that the forefathers were white. They had no expectation of black and Native Americans being covered by any laws because they weren't human. That's how people actually thought. And that thought, that method of thought, that train of thought has carried on to today. Black, brown, red people are the minority. But you go in the state and federal prisons, county prisons in this country, and you see more of us people in the middle of color than you see of them. And then you see more of us people in the middle of a lower financial status than you see of them of a upper financial status. When we go to court, when we get sentenced, it's proven fact. It's not. It's empirical data. Two people charged with the same crime in the same court under the same judge. Just the only difference is one is black, one is white. The percentage of time that the black person is going to get a harsher sentence than the white person, or the percentage of time that the Indian or the Hispanic person is going to get a harsher sentence, it's undeniable. America is not the land of freedom. That myth has crumbled, been reinflated, and a pin stuck in it again. And now the country is sinking because we never faced our fear of racism. The myth that no man is above the law in America is proven and unproven at the same time. And I know that's hard for us to discern, but it's obvious that people in position and in power have evaded the law, but there have been incidences where people of power have come to face justice and suffered for the consequences of their errors. But there are those instances where there are certain individuals in certain positions that have been caught or are allegedly involved in certain things that for some reason they are never prosecuted. Or if they are indicted and brought in, they never go to trial. Or if they go to trial, they are found innocent, or the case is thrown out on stupid, ridiculous reasons. This has happened too many times in this country we call America. While the common citizens, the people in the middle, are continually flowing in and out of jail. Yeah, it has a lot to do with the economy, what economic rung you hold on the capitalist ladder of success in the United States. It has a lot to do with race. It has a lot to do with education. It has a lot to do with a lot of things. But it seems that people of importance, people of money, people of status, especially when they are of a certain color, don't think that the law applies to them. America is a conundrum. The United States is a melting pot. It's not only a melting pot of people, it's a melting pot of ideals, it's a melting pot of good and evil. But the bottom line is we say that we have a constitution, a written form of law to govern all people. It says for the people, by the people. Shouldn't that apply to all people from top to bottom and from bottom to top, irregardless of race, creed, color, religion, or sex? Yeah. Our house of cards that we built on so many noble ideas, ideas that we have been fully able to make into reality, but we have fallen short. We have failed because of our own personal biases, prejudices, greed, and ignorance. America is a train wreck, but as reality has shown us that train wrecks can be cleared away and the tracks repaired and the train put back on the track and moving in the right direction. America has the capability, America has the potential, but does America have the desire to do the right thing? Well, that's it for now. Good night and goodbye from Uncle Ricky's house. Hope you enjoyed this exploration of the great American mind, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Most of all, please subscribe to Uncle Ricky's house on YouTube. Until the next time, goodbye and God bless.